BBC Six Music podcasts.
Six Music.
This is a free download from the BBC. Find out more at bbc.co.uk/sixmusic. And now, Adam and Joe.
I've just got a bit of advice for some people in the BBC, some of our fellow Big British Castle dwellers. It was the last episode of Points of View this week.
Oh, really?
Do you ever watch Points of View?
No, who's hosting it these days?
Jeremy Vine.
Vine.
It used to be, I think I'm right in saying it's Vine, aren't I, James?
Used to be Anne Robinson.
It was Wogan for a bit.
Then it was was it Paul Heaney?
Points of View, that it's important for every television channel to have a show in which the listeners can get, have their say.
Barry Took was the king, wasn't he?
Was he? Back in the day.
Yeah.
But isn't it important for there to be a forum within a channel where viewers can have their say and get a sense of feedback?
They've got to have their right to reply.
Especially for the BBC in this day and age. There's been a lot of scrutiny of the BBC and its values and all that kind of business. So in a way, Points of View is a very important programme because it should seriously reflect that listeners' points of view are being taken seriously.
Yeah.
And you would have thought that would be reflected in the theme music, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I've no idea what the theme music is.
Well, this is the theme music that the BBC have decided to use for Points of View, and they have kind of improved the rest of the show. In the old days, the letters used to be read out by sort of comedy voices. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And it was just a tiny bit dismissive and making light of people's complaints. And I think they changed that. It's now presented by Jeremy Vine, and in the old days it was in a sort of front room, a cosy sort of front room with some flowers. Now it's in a sort of, he's leaning on a control desk. It's as if it's more serious and like the news, and as if your complaints are really getting to a place that matters.
Yeah.
But they've made all those improvements.
The control desk.
But they're still using a theme tune that maybe doesn't reflect the necessary respect for their listeners.
Because I would imagine it would be something like the news,
Yes, a serious and important...
Yeah, like a current affairs theme.
Yeah. Well, no, this is the theme tune they use.
Blah boobity baya ba ba, blah boobity baya boo ba blah blah boobity baya ba ba blah blah blah.
You made that up.
No, that's the real theme music. I had to edit it a bit there because the iPlayer kept stalling.
It does that. Is that really the theme music?
That's the theme music.
Blah boobity baya blah blah blah. Let's have it again.
Blah.
There it is.
Blah boobity baya ba ba, blah boobity baya boo ba blah blah boobity baya ba ba blah blah blah.
Now, the BBC has been in some quite serious, trouble in the last year or so, and that's just a tip to my colleagues in the castle. You might want to change that music.